Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'll be talking about the ZF9HP48 transmission. About this transmission, it is a 9-speed automatic transmission designed by the German company ZF9HP48 AG. This transmission can be found in various makes and models such as the Acura MDX, Acura TLX, Chrysler 200, Chrysler Pacifica and Voyager, and a list of Honda vehicles and many more vehicles. This transmission combines the drive axle and the gearbox into one single unit and is mostly ideal for front-wheel drive based crossover utility vehicles. Alright, so here is the gear ratio for the transmission. There are 9 gears. Ratio for first is 4.7 to 1, second is 2.83 to 1, third is 1.91 to 1, fourth is 1.38 to 1, fifth is a 1-to-1 ratio, sixth is 0.81 to 1, seventh is 0.7 to 1, eighth is 0.58 to 1, and ninth is a 0.48 to 1 ratio. Now, as you can see, there is A dog and F dog. What those are the two dog clutches in the transmission. I'll be getting to that with the component identification in a moment. But I'd like to briefly say also that some press releases in this transmission, they have altered the gears, meaning that and first is the only gear that increases, so it would be a 4.71 to 1 ratio, but third, sixth, seventh, and ninth, their ratios do decrease by 1. And also reverse has a 3.80 to 1 ratio. So the ZF9 uses 4 planetary gear sets, 6 multi-disc clutch packs, and 2 of those are the 2 dog clutches that I talked about previously. So this is a little abbreviation of what the 9HP stands for. 9 meaning the 9 forward gear speeds. HP stands for hydraulic planetary. T stands for transverse mounted. E, electronic control. And the 48 stands for 480 newton meters of torque capacity, or is the equivalent to 354 pounds per foot. Now onto the clutch function. I said I'll be talking about the dog clutches. What a dog clutch is, it's a clutch that couples 2 rotating shafts or other rotating components, not by friction but by interference or clearance fit. Now pretty much they act like a manual transmission as far as engaging gears and allowing power flow. Now all 9 gears are accomplished through the input shaft. The splines in the front connect to the turbine and the torque converter, and the rear right here is for the A dog clutch, which slides forward and back and is controlled hydraulically using hydraulic fluid that is pushed through the rear of the shaft. And now for the F dog clutch, it is a braking clutch which is located in the front transaxle right here, and it has this is the F dog clutch, and it has little teeth that splines right here, allowing not allowing rotation. Okay, now here is the clutch function chart. As I said, A and F are both dog clutches. A is a driving clutch that is part of the input shaft, and it is on from 1st to 7th gear and off during 8th, 9th, and also reverse. Meanwhile, the F dog clutch it works as a braking clutch, and as you can see, the C and D are also braking clutches which stop on rotation. And when the F dog clutch is applied, it holds down the P3 and the P4 sun gear, and it is on from 1st to 4th, and it is also on in reverse, and it's off from 5th to 9th gear. So the recommended fluid and filter is the Mopar ZF8 and 9 Speed for Life transmission fluid. It has a pale green color, and the leak dye is what is not recommended for this transmission. And the filter is mounted on the oil pump housing. Now, for the input and output sensor, they are both located underneath the valve body and produce a 9-volt square wave based on rotating component speed. The input speed sensor uses the E-clutch housing, and the output sensor uses the transfer gear. Now, onto the all-wheel drive systems. This transmission uses 3 types of all-wheel drive systems. The first is the Active Drive 1 single speed, and the Active Drive 1 system uses a single speed power transfer unit, or a PTU, with a single speed rear driveline module, or a RDM. And all-wheel drive is automatically selected when conditions and driving styles are operated in auto mode. Second is the 4-wheel drive 2-speed. The 2-speed rear driveline module, RDM, can be locked per driver request on locking rear axle mount modules. The 4-wheel drive differential is the third and last. Transfer driven gears and final drive pinions are a single assembly that includes the parking gear. Alright, now we'll be talking about the issues. Since 2014, the Jeep Cherokee has been known for its numerous recalls and TSB updates. A few issues were lunging forward after expected downshifts, failure to downshift when accelerating, unexpected shifts into neutral, erratic upshifts and downshifts, failure to shift into 8th or 9th gear, and unintentional rollaway. But it was insufficient crimps and the transmission wiring harness that caused all of these issues. Now, in June of 2019, Jeep announced that the recall of their 2014 Jeep Cherokee was about nearly 83,000. And this was due to the transmission having faulty clutches, shifting the vehicle into neutral without warning. And in most cases, the transmission's software was updated, but owners still complained about the issues. Acura was up next to halt the sales of their 2015 TLX model, and the model that had these issues were equipped with the push-button automatic shifter, and it would indicate park, but it would still roll away as the parking lock failed to function. This then led to more complaints from the owners of Jeep Renegade, Chrysler models, Ram models, Range Rover, Honda Pilot, and the Fiat 500X. In 2019, customers are still driving their 2014 Jeep Cherokee with the transmission. After dealerships resolved the issue, the vehicles started to behave well. A few of the 2018 Cherokees had a harsh 2-to-1 shift, but dealers replaced the computer and the overall hardware was improved. ZF will begin producing rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive from Fiat and Chrysler with front longitudinal drive configuration. These upcoming vehicles will use a new 8-speed automatic gearbox, which I think is pretty cool. And production will begin in 2022 at the ZF plant in Germany. Thank you guys for listening. If you guys have any comments, anything to ask, you could just leave it down in the comments below. Thank you very much, and you guys stay safe.